Thank you, ma'am. If you'll run the script checker and then do your voice check.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the UFL field. I am Matt Assadar next to Billy Dangles, and we are here bringing you the Shining Starlets game of the week between the Panthers and the Yellow Jackets. A highly contested contest is what we are expecting to see here. Billy, how are you doing this lovely evening?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm ready for some football. How about you?
And I am looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this weekend for probably about 2 weeks. You know, you really kind of start looking at the playoff picture. This game, a fitting kickoff to an excellent weekend with a lot of huge matchups with playoff implications. Seeds are going to be determined. Teams are going to be eliminated. Teams are going to fight their way back into the playoff picture.
Right. Awesome.
This is the time of the year that you absolutely love. If you are a football fan, you know, it's win or go home for a lot of teams tonight. This game, you know, we were talking about it on the Pulse last night, seemingly a little bit more important for the Yellow Jackets, more so than the Panthers. If the Panthers are able to win this game tonight, it really opens up the door for the Warriors and for the Mustangs. And I feel like there's one more team that I'm missing to fight their way back into the playoff picture. It's going to be between the Warriors, Mustangs, and Yellow Jackets for that fourth and final spot in the NFC. So, you know, we set back. The teams are right here. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. We're about 6 minutes away from kickoff. So, Billy, you look at these two teams. You were not on the Pulse with us last night. What are you expecting to see from these two teams on the field this evening?
Well, honestly, I see the Panthers taking this pretty handily because the reason why is because what are you going to do? Run against them? Okay, there's the D-line. You're going to pass against them? There's that awesome secondary. Pick your poison. And I just don't think that the Yellow Jackets have the offensive or defensive firepower to stop them.
Well, I mean, one thing I look out, and I look for this every single time that I watch the Yellow Jackets play, is Troy here at the beginning of the game? And the answer to that question for this game is yes, he is. He's lined up. He's out here. He's on the field. He's ready to go. We know that the Yellow Jackets are a lot more explosive on offense when he is out on the field, whether it's be receiver, running back, and quarterback. He is a dynamic player for this team, you know, a potential game breaker.
Right.
You know, I'm looking forward. I mean, you know, we gave our predictions on the Pulse last night on who we thought would win these games. You know, we win this game and the rest of the weekend. You know, no outcome in this game will surprise me. I'm looking forward to a really good game. I think that if Cash is your quarterback for the duration of the night, it's going to take one of his best performances against a top tier team that we've seen out of him really in his career to really break this game open for the Yellow Jackets. But anything is possible, and no outcome in this game is really going to surprise me. We're 4 minutes away from kickoff here. Shining Starlets game of the week. So, you know, you're on the Panther side of the field. You're in your pregame. Billy, if you're in that locker room, what are you telling your defense? You know that the Yellow Jackets will run kind of a 2-quarterback set at times. You know, what are you going to focus on other than, of course, seeing is it going to be 43 or is it going to be 7 who's behind center?
Right. What I would do is I would make sure, kind of remind everybody the styles of quarterbacks I'm defending against. With Cash, it's definitely, the 2-3 step pass kind of thing. Snap the ball, get rid of it. Find the closest open person you can. That's a lot of the style he likes to run, and he also likes to hand the ball off if they're trying to rush the ball. Well, it's the complete opposite, in my opinion, with Troy. Troy's a lot more versatile. To me, he reminds me of kind of like a Jason Campbell kind of West Coast kind of style. And so that's what I would look at. I would look at the differences in the quarterback play. And so with Troy, you want to get that pressure on him and make sure he can't really run. But pressuring Cash is almost irrelevant because he throws the ball so fast. So you kind of want to lean back a little bit more on your coverage. And so I would that's where I would focus if I was on the running the Panthers defense.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if the most important position to pay attention to who was quarterback is going to be that outside linebacker, because we know Cash likes to attack the seam, and he likes to also hit those little corner routes as well. So if Cash is quarterback, a lot of times you're going to tell your outside linebackers, okay, guys, don't bother rushing because he's going to throw the ball so fast anyway. It's going to accomplish nothing. You know, Cash is not one of the more threatening runners in the league. He likes to throw the football, and a lot of it, as you did say, is timing route. So you drop your outside linebackers back into covers and cut off those. You cut off that seam route that he likes to hit so fast, and if you're able to do that, it really disrupts the entire offense. Cash has to hold on to the ball. That's whenever you start seeing loss of yardage, forced passes, and you start to create a lot of opportunities for your offense, which if you're the Panthers is extremely dynamic. You have a very strong quarterback who's really good with the run and the pass, but when Troy's in there at quarterback, it's a whole different ball game because you can't, as you said, you cannot play it that way. You have to play it a lot more like you see, like the style that the Panthers do play is more what you'll see from the Yellow Jackets when Troy's in there, and like the Bills and the Dolphins and teams like that. Troy's going to run around. He's very, very good in the open field. He's very elusive with the ball in his hands. He's a deadly passer as well if you give him enough time, and he will buy time with his feet, and your coverage has to be on point.
Right.
We kind of talked about it last night on the Pulse, and it was kind of a consensus among all of us, and I can't remember which one of us made the point. I know that it wasn't me, so I'm not going to take credit for this point. But I do believe that as the game kind of progresses, you're going to find that if they are kind of going with a 2-quarterback set, that they might want to look more toward Troy than Cash, because I believe he has a potential, like we said earlier in the broadcast when we were opening it up, to kind of break the game wide open. But we are 1 minute away from kickoff here in the Shining Starlets game of the week. Like we said, we couldn't ask for a better game to kick off what's going to be a phenomenal, phenomenal weekend. Jam-packed 2 days, Saturday and Sunday doubleheaders. So the UFL is going to be all over the place this weekend. Looking forward to that for sure. The refs that we have in tonight's game will be Miss Katia Wilder, Pit Boss, I think Rayon, and Rasden. Rasden will be your head ref as he is floating on the sideline. For the Yellow Jackets, out on the field, we have Yoshi, Scooter, Rosie, Woody, Cash, Phoenix, Angelo, Tamed, and Troy. And they will be kicking off to the Panthers to start this game. So the Panthers will have the ball. Panthers wearing blue tops, black bottoms, and the Yellow Jackets in all white. Ball is kicked up to the right side, out of bounds. Now how you want to start it if you are the Yellow Jackets, you don't want to give this Panthers offense a short field to work with, and they do just that, kicking the ball out of bounds. Panthers will start on the 40-yard line, moving, from our left to our right. 4 wide receivers set. Syke and Eric to the left. Jackson, Diego to the right. Ray is your quarterback. Kay is your running back. Arwen, Cheese, and Toroff are your line tasked with keeping the Yellow Jackets at bay. Snap. Ray drops back, moves over to the left, steps up. Hot pursuit, taken down by Scooter. 5-yard loss on the play. Tried to step up. Block was not had there. Good individual effort by Scooter coming off of the right side to drag him down. The game starts off with a sack for the Yellow Jacket. Snap. Drops back, rolls over toward the right. Drops back more, kind of taking his time, dancing around, gets through the line. Keeps moving back, dropping way back. Steps up, throws the ball over, and catches his own pass. So that's going to be a dead ball. I haven't seen that in a very long time that the quarterback actually catches his own pass. I think he was trying to throw the ball away.
Bo Jackson kind of thing.
And he just caught his own pass and was kind of standing there. I think it confused everyone.
Got to take a real quick look, guys.
For a second, but
looks like
so if you're the Yellow Jackets, you couldn't ask for a better start because you forced a throwaway right there. I feel the angle that the ball came out before he caught it, but that ball was going to be sailing out of bounds. Getting a lot of pressure in on the right side.
Ray Robert caught it. That's a no play.
I don't know who it was. I think it was Troy, maybe that pushed right through and got in the face of Ray. So, the pressure that you're drawing up if you're the Yellow Jackets is perfect to start off this game.
What I've seen happening, the first snap was, it kind of seemed like the right guard was a little bit too.
Just verifying 1 second, guys.
Too passive. He wasn't very aggressive to go back out there and get that outside linebacker. He kind of danced a little bit, wasn't really sure, maybe who his man was per se in that play. Because they were rolling to the left. Well, somebody came in to the right and just came around and snagged him. And so you kind of got to know, okay, if somebody's coming in hot, you got to go grab them. No matter what direction they're coming from, because a sack can happen from either direction.
There you go.
Definitely. This is going to be a replay of the down. So it will be second down again. Same formation for Panthers. Troy, Phoenix, Rosie, and Scooter are the front four of the Yellow Jackets, doing a tremendous job in the first 2 plays of the game, creating pressure in Ray's face. Ray snaps, rolls over to the right, trying to buy some time, waiting for the block, steps up, squeezes through. Troy grabs the jersey, yanks it back, but Ray's able to break out, still moving his way over toward the left. You got Phoenix right on him, cuts back, waits for the block, doesn't get it. Troy still right on him, cuts around right to Phoenix, throws the ball up and away. Route running by the Panthers. Not really that great, but it's really hard for Ray to see anything with this amount of pressure in his face. The front 3 of the Panthers are going to have to step it up because, I mean, there were 3 and 4 people in his face the entire time on that play.
The Jackets D-line's giving the Panthers O-line fits right now.
Yes, it is.
What I would do in this instance is I would definitely go towards more of a man-stop thing. I'd be like, guys, stop this certain person.
Ray breaks through, and he's going to take off and run here. He's going to cross 40, cut outside, get stumbled, still move, pick up 11 yards. Needed more like 15. It's going to be 4th and 4, and they're not hesitating to go for it here early in the game at the 45-yard line. Still same 4 wide receiver set. I think Ray is going to have to look for something quick as the game continues to progress, but he's going to get the first down here. Saw the blocks right off the bat, and Ray breaks out to the outside, and he's going to race down the sideline to the 30, jukes inside, jukes Yoshi out to the sideline, gets to the 22. So when all you need is 4, you turn around and get 22.
Yep.
Line gets blocks for the first time in the game, sealed off the edge. Ray was able to pick it up easy, make one guy miss, and bust it wide open and get the Panthers down to the 22-yard line. Really a sigh of relief there by the entire Panthers offense. Snap, rolls over to the left, drops back, works back to the middle of the field, waiting for a couple of blocks. Not as much pressure on a receiver, wide open, tries to cut back. I think that was Kay. Unable to reel in the pass there. A little bit behind.
A little bit of over-adjustment on that one, I think.
Down,
yep.
Set, hike.
One of those wide open passes. It's going to be a handoff to Kay. She's going to roll over. Going to get stumbled and still fighting through. Not down yet. Eventually taken down by Phoenix. Loses 1 yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Panthers are in field goal range easily.
Down.
So 3 points on the board here, barring a turnover. Snap. Stands in the middle. Rolls back over toward the left side. Throws the ball short. Kind of cut back. Another pass behind Kay. Adjustment was made. The ball falls harmlessly to the turf. Going to be 4th down and 11. And if I am the Panthers, I probably take the 3 points here. They're not going to do that. They're going to line up,
possession.
and they're going to go for it. 4 wide receiver set, same as it's been the entire drive. Ray going to try to find some magic again here on 4th down. Panthers drive 6:27 to go. 4th down, upcoming snap, rolls over to the right, waits for a block, gets it, got a receiver wide open. If Jackson would have continued, but he didn't. Cuts back into the inside. Ray rolls back over toward the left as well, trying to find a receiver. Got one wide open back across the field. It's thrown up to the end zone, and an interception made by Cash. One-on-one situation there. The receiver for the Panthers unable to come down with it. Cash Zapatero does, and turns the Panthers away on their initial drive. Going to give the ball over to the Yellow Jackets. The 6.5-yard line. So if you are the Yellow Jackets, you could not be asking for a better start
to the
game. And they start the game off with Troy Briere at quarterback, going more dynamic. Maybe they were listening to the Pulse last night, talking about what we thought they should do in this game. Yellow Jackets come out, bunch receivers to the right. So 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Yoshi and Ryrie to the left. Angelo, Tamed, and Cash to the right. Scooter, Rosie, and Bart are your line, and Troy Briere is your quarterback. Troy getting some Go Troy chants already from the crowd.
Clock is still running, by
Troy
the way.
standing on the 1-yard line. Ball's going to be snapped from the 6. Play was stopped. 7 seconds to go on the play clock. Wondering if there's some sort of issue here. And while they reset that, we will throw in Glaze really fast. Glaze is a supplier of a wide range of slink nails for both men and women. No holds barred. If it fits on a nail, they will do it. From the unusual, wacky styles, the more natural look, including no polished nail pliers. They also offered some slink hand tattoos. That is Glaze. Like you said, it's going to be 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for the Yellow Jacket snap. Troy's working his way over toward the right side. Got a wall of blockers in front, waiting for a couple of more. Waiting for Ray to get blocked, and he does not. And Ray's able to fight around the one-on-one situation he had on the outside. Gains no yards. So a sack, we'll say tackle on a run attempt. No yards gain.
You're good.
Ball just simply moves from the left hash to the right. Now they're going to go bunch receivers to the left.
Play a box over here.
Yeah, you can't dance around like that on the Panthers defense.
You can register yourself
anywhere. They're way too better for any of that dance around, spinning around stuff.
I agree. Troy snaps, gets the block he needs, but Arwin comes right in, pass up, and a nice pass and catch right there up along the sideline. Catches Yoshi. Syke had blanket coverage right there, was all over him, forced a perfect pass by Troy. And Troy delivered. That is a play right there that if Troy makes any sort of mistake, Syke has a interception and he's heading the other way. A good job there by Troy. Great pass to Yoshi. Snap, steps inside, rolls back outside. Able to break the contain. Still working his way over toward the side, and they're closing down on him. Troy, like we said, so elusive with the ball in his hands. He's going to get eventually taken down by Arwin. Loss of 2 yards. Really good job by the front line of the Panthers being patient, keeping Troy in front of them the entire time. He broke the contain a few times, but they continued to hand off the sideline responsibilities very well, holding the line of scrimmage, making Troy run back and forth. But right there, Troy's really good at buying time. One of his receivers is able to get open. He can't snap in the mouse, look really fast, and get that ball off snap. Rolls over to the left, comes back to the right, trying to get some time. Got some receivers across the middle, wide open if he wants it. Troy still rolling. You got Kay and Arwin on him, steps inside, throws it to a bunch in the middle, and caught by Tame, tackled by Ray, 20-yard up. And Troy's just finding his receivers right now, and tight coverage as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more, honestly, in those 2 completions that the Panthers could do. Defensively, really playing perfect, but the passes and the receivers making just a little bit better plays when given the opportunity. Snap, rolls over to the right, comes back to the left, works his way back to the hash mark, steps up, got a receiver on the comeback, and that is aimed in the seam. Cuts to the outside, crosses the 45, dances around, gets to the sideline, to the... Oh, yeah, his possession circle disappeared on me. I thought they caught a dead ball, excuse me. A 41-yard gain there. Really good move by Tamed on the sideline. Fights his way up to the 21. This is where we saw the Panthers drive sort of stall out on them, but a really good job. Come back in the seam by Tame. Spins around, cuts to the outside, and makes a huge gain, 41 yards. Troy snaps, rolls over to the right, still working his way, drops back, comes back toward the left, got a receiver short underneath. Tried to make the adjustment, falls just a little bit short. It was Yoshi. Kind of paused and the ball fell a little bit in front of him, unable to come in with that pass. That can be a pretty difficult angle when the ball's thrown to you that way.
He's way too far back. The old line's got to get more initial blocks.
Snap, rolls over toward the right. Got 3 in his face, and Toroff brings him down. 11-yard loss on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 21. Toroff fights right through the block of Bart Ricker and brings Troy down for a loss of 11 on the play. That's one of the things whenever you have a more elusive quarterback is that your offensive line doesn't have to be perfect every play. You want, more often than not, you want, of course, to always get those initial blocks as you see them get on that play. Snap rolls over to the left, steps up, got a receiver across the middle, and a nice adjustment.
Nice.
Right there by Angelo. Mr. Extraordinary for a reason. 32-yard touchdown pass from Troy to Angelo across the middle in one-on-one coverage. Thought it was overthrown. Thought that neither the defender or the receiver made the adjustment, but I was completely wrong. Great last-second adjustment back to the ball by Angelo. And with that play, the Yellow Jackets take a 7-0 lead after the extra point. So a great start to the game if you're the Yellow Jackets. Any thoughts?
Yeah, this is definitely not the way I would see it, the first possession of each team going. The Panthers completely negated any advantage they had of having the first possession of the game. You know, starting off the game with a turnover is obviously never a good thing. I know I sound like John Madden when I say that, but just pointing out the obvious there. It seems like, you know, both offensive lines are having trouble, you know, establishing a pocket. You know, and like you said, with the elusive quarterback, it's a little bit harder, but I've noticed that on both sides. And even though the Yellow Jackets scored there, you know, on the Panthers defense, I wouldn't be too discouraged because you're giving them good coverage, but he's throwing major dots out there. There's really not a whole lot you can do.
Not even that, but the fact that the receivers are just outmanning your one-on-one situations before the Yellow Jackets have won all those. You know, on the interception, it was thrown back across the field to what was a wide-open receiver. And Cash just made the better play. Handoff to Kay. She rolls to the left. Gets absolutely crushed. 6-yard loss right there. I think that we're seeing opposite of what we expected. I think what the Yellow Jackets did is what we expected to see the Panthers do at the start of this game. Snap. Ray rolls over to the right, comes back to the middle, dances around, waits for a block, gets it, comes back and thrown out of bounds. Throw back shoulder pass toward Jack, not on the same page there. Want him to come back down the sideline instead of running up with the coverage. But I know as a receiver,
that's cheese on that one.
Yeah, as a receiver, that can be hard to do because you know sometimes it's difficult to see exactly where all the defenders are in relation to you. Ray kind of dancing around, got a receiver across the middle, had two of them, and a nice hit there by Jackson. Makes it worth it on that one. 17 yards, had 2-on-1 situation with Kay and Jackson. Kind of chilling in the middle with, I think, Woody.
Down, set,
kind of hanging out there with him for the Yellow Jacket. Snap, rolls over to the right and gets absolutely crushed.
Nobody fell for that fake handoff right there.
Yeah. Well, nobody from the nobody from the Panthers wanted to block anybody on the backside if it was a fake handoff. Which makes me think it probably was a failed handoff, kind of the way the entire team responded. Because they were kind of blocking up. And Ray just stood there for a second. Snap, rolls over to the left, kind of dancing around, buying some time.
Nice blocking,
working his back to the right. And he's going to be brought down by Rosie, waiting for the block. Never got it. Loses 10 yards, 3rd and 25. And the Panthers go in the wrong direction. They're down in 25. Let's see if they can find some success here. Snap. Rolls over to the left. Cuts back toward the middle. Cuts back to the left. Comes back to the right. Stands around the middle of the field. Rolling backwards. Rosie comes up. Throws the ball. 2-on-2. Who's going to come down with it? Nobody. Ball falls to the turf.
That pass went from looking real good to real dangerous.
Yeah, it did.
You know, at first, the receiver on that right-hand corner was wide open.
And they're going for it
out of nowhere.
This will be an old cheese ball. You throw it up. If it is intercepted, it's nothing more than really a punt, but you give your team an opportunity. Ray just has to make sure he gets this ball off, and he cannot fall incomplete. Tosses the ball up to the middle of the field, coming right down in the UFL logo, and it is caught.
Nice.
By Jackson in the middle. Both teams, every player they had, other than the Lions and Ray, were standing right in the UFL logo. Ray dropped it right on the F, and Jackson brings it in 34 yards, and that's a first down. Snap, rolls over toward dead ball penalty.
Yeah, I affectionately call those deep balls a Dale Mary because you're throwing it up to Dale.
False start.
That's right.
Home team.
While we have a little break in the action, why don't you tell us about the Tigers dance team?
I'd be glad to. Let me get that pulled back up. I thought I had that up. Hang on.
First down.
I really thought I did. Hang on.
Was that on?
I close it out all the time, and I go to say one, and I miss it all the time. Okay. I do too.
The Tigers dance team and Willpaws are elite, one-of-a-kind team that strikes fear, awe, and respect, and envy, part of the competition across the grid. Never cease to amaze a crowd. They bring high energy, talent, and fun to every event. Contact Samantha, soon-to-Blois resident, or Shea Hardcore today to join the hottest dance team in SL or to book a performance.
Down, set, hike.
You can also like their Facebook page, and I'll put that in local.
Yeah. Ray, snap, rolls over to the right, pushes up to the line of scrimmage, fights forward, gets nothing. After the 5-yard penalty, they run a play, they get nothing. Results in 2nd and 15 for the Panthers.
Down. Set. Hike.
Snap. Drops back. Steps over toward the left. Cuts back to the right. Comes back to the middle again. Comes back to the left. Over around the Panthers logo. Throws the ball up. Got a receiver in the area, and it goes out of bounds. Caught the ball, way out of bounds. So that's just going to be brought back in a down at it.
One thing I'm noticing is the Yellow Jackets defense is really making Panthers play old school, grinded out, and earn it football.
Yeah.
They're not giving them a single inch that they're not earning.
That was called way
And
out
we
of
were
bounds. Gonna roll it back, take the down.
we were talking about this last night. That so many times in the season we see teams have Jekyll and Hyde performances where where a team comes out and they look like they can't lose, and then the team comes out and they look like they can't win. And right now, if you're the Panthers, you're having the
Ball's in play, right?
the worst of the two right now, because that little
clock.
cheese ball work to the middle of the field. But as far as consistent success, you have found none against this Yellow Jackets team.
Okay.
But you're
One
only
thing
down 7-0. So
one thing I've noticed about the Panthers is they're definitely a second half team. I don't know what it is about them. In the first half, they kind of struggle, but in that second half, they light up like a Christmas tree, and it's real pretty.
Hike.
Yep.
So I think that in the first half, they kind of feel their opponent out, kind of see what they can get away with, what they can't, and then in the second half, you really see what they're capable of.
Snap, drops back, rolls over to the right, waiting for a receiver, throws it back across the field.
Nice.
A nice comeback there by Diego. Fights up toward the first down. It's going to be a yard short. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Panthers going to line up really fast. Try to pick this one up. 4th down and 1. 4 receiver set. Same lineup as it has been for the entire night.
Hike.
So far, snap. Ray rolls over toward the right, seeing if he can't get a couple blocks. If he cuts back to the middle, he's got some running room, and he steps up, waiting for it. Maybe waiting for Arwen to get that block. She's unable to do so. Ray dancing around, throws the ball back across the field, got a receiver wide open, and Jack Mitchell's able to bring it in.
Beautiful.
Gets tackled by Troy, 21 yards. It's a way to keep fighting if you are the Panthers receiver. In the case, it was Jack Mitchell right there. Fights his way back, finds a way to get open. Good job by Ray.
Hike.
Waiting for him to get open on the backside, and a nice pass there. Ray, snap, rolls back, heads over to the right, cuts back. Troy wraps him up. Is he able to fight through? Yes, he does. Almost runs into Scooter, fights back over, gets to the middle of the field, throws it back across, got a receiver coming down short, and it is caught by Diego yet again, coming back down
adjustment.
The right sideline. Really good adjustment, really good pass, and we say that the Panthers were not finding consistent success, and they go, shut up, Matt, we know what we're doing. 2 plays in a row. Very good gains. That's right.
Down.
Hey, I'm fine with that. Proved me wrong. 7 minutes on until halftime. Ray snap, rolls over to the left, comes back to the middle, kind of standing there waiting for a couple of blocks, stands around the right hash, gets over toward the Yellow Jackets logo, pushes up, comes around, waits to get a block. He's going to push up the sideline. He's going to be tackled down at the 5-yard line. Nice little run there. Picks up 4 yards and 5 yards away from tying this game up. It's going to be 2nd down and goal.
Very patient running by Ray. That was really nice.
That's one thing that he does really well. He will set back. He will wait for his blocks. He can make you miss in the open field, but he'd rather his blockers do all the work.
Set.
Which, hey,
that's nice.
That's what they're paid
No
the big
problem
bucks for.
Oh, we get paid?
Yeah, I know, right? Snap. Ray drops back, heads over toward the right, drops back to about the 20-yard line, working his way back over toward the middle, hanging around the right hash, waiting for a receiver to get open, and the pressure of the Yellow Jackets is getting there, but he breaks out over toward the right side, buys a little bit more time. He's got a whole host of the Yellow Jackets around, throws the ball away, and I don't think that got out of bounds. I think that got out of bounds before the line of scrimmage. That could be intentional grounding. The play is under review.
Man.
Yeah, I think that's going to be intentional grounding. That's going to be a loss. Going to be a loss of down as well. I don't think that ball got out. I think that ball got out of bounds before it got to the line of scrimmage, just from the angle that I was looking. I think it was about a yard short of getting to the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be intentional grounding. I could be wrong, but that's just my hunch from the angle that I was watching that play.
Man, old Ray's got fire ants in his britches, don't he? He likes to run around and make a play last a lot longer than it looks like it's going to.
Well, he has to right now because his front line. There are. We were talking about when you have an elusive quarterback, and I guess it did make it out of bounds. It did make it to the line of scrimmage. It was really close and warranted that second look there by the officials. When you have that elusive quarterback, you're kind of able to maybe be a little bit lax, but majority of the plays, you want to make it easy on him. You don't want to have to make him run for his life every single play.
Well,
Snap. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say,
Right.
on O-line, what I do is I change my blocking based on who's at quarterback.
Yeah.
And if I have a quarterback that I know doesn't like to run the ball around a whole lot, I zoom out my camera where I can actually see him and work off of him. Well, if I'm an O-lineman for a quarterback like, say, Durgan, who likes to run the ball a whole lot, what I do is I zoom in to where I can't see the quarterback at all, and I just focus on my man.
Yep.
For example, the right guard, that outside linebacker, you just make him your man, and you block him
Yeah.
the entire play and hold him down. To me, that seems to be the most successful way, because if you're just kind of running around not knowing who to block when they bring a blitz, it can be a real scary
Touchdown
thing.
by the Panthers on fourth
Beautiful.
down. Found Jack on a quick little in route. Sorry to interrupt you there. But
Oh,
they're gonna
it's fine. You have to.
tie this baby up 6-7, waiting for the extra point.
Caden's going to be on that
All right,
right
continue
guard
what you were
block.
saying now. I'm
Caden.
sorry. They scored.
Okay.
I had to.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You're doing your job.
So
and for me, it's
continue
hard to
with
get a
what
word
you're
in
saying,
edgewise. But
Down.
yeah, that was beautiful. I really don't remember what I was saying. Oh, O-line. Yeah, but you kind of can't. When you have a squirrely quarterback like that, you can't work off of him because you're going to make yourself look silly. You've got to pick somebody and say, I'm going to block that person and I'm going to hold them down. Now, I'm living proof that's a lot easier said than done. But you've got to pick that one person and at least make them dance with you a little bit. You can't let them come through at all, or your quarterback's going to be screaming at you.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's always easier to know what to do, and then you get in a situation, because as a lineman, you want to, one of the worst things you can do, especially if you have one of those elusive quarterbacks like you're saying, is to mimic his movement. So a lot of times these quarterbacks are trying to move the defender into you, kind of help you out,
Right.
and you just need to focus on getting your man or getting the one who presents the most danger to your quarterback. Whether it's making that step back, and you just have to. A lot of times when you have a quarterback like Ray or Troy, as a lineman, just get yourself between him and them, and he will or she, if it is a female quarterback,
Right.
they will run them into you more often than not because they're not paying attention to where you are. But the kick goes up down the right sideline. Angelo grabs it right on the sideline, works his way up the field, weaves through, gets a couple of blocks, picks up 25 yards, pushes the ball out to the 28.5-yard line, and Troy remains in at quarterback. 5:18 to go to halftime. We have a tie ball game here in the Shining Starlets game of the week. Against the Panthers. Snap. Troy drops back, rolls over to the left, comes back to the middle, waits for a block. He gets it. Not as much pressure in his face as we see Ray battling with. Troy dancing around. K comes in from the backside. Troy's able to break out. Now Toroff has that contained, tosses the ball up, receiver
Wide
behind
open.
everybody, and he makes the catch and fights
Where was
through
the safety?
and makes it happen if he's able to whip around, get to the end zone, and
Wow.
score.
One
play, 72 yards, and like you said, where did the safety go? Caught by Angelo behind everyone. Mr. Extraordinary, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, and 14 points pending this extra point. So Panthers kind of nickel and dime their way down the field. Yellow Jackets completely doing what I was expecting to see the Panthers do in this ball game, and the Yellow Jackets go right back on top here, 14-7, with 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go until halftime. Just
wow.
Absolutely amazing.
The only words I can think of I can't say on television. Wow.
Yeah, it's just, man, that was beautiful. I'm watching the play, and of course my eyes are on the quarterback, and I look up, and right about the time he's getting ready to throw it, and there are 3 receivers in the middle of the field behind everybody, and Troy just gets it out there, and Angelo does the rest. 72
That play,
yards.
I thought he was DOA. I really did.
Yep.
I was like, as soon as he hiked that ball, the way, because to me, I can tell a sack's going to happen when a quarterback outruns your lineman. You got to stay inside that inside shoulder, So I was like, oh god, he outran his lineman. He's screwed, right? Well, no. As soon as I think that the D lineman got a little bit too pursuant, and he got outran, and then he tossed it, caught those safeties sleeping, and bam, that was beautiful.
That's just the thing with having that elusive quarterback who's able to buy enough time back there that allows for those big plays. time. And sometimes you hit them right off the bat. You're able to attack the seam. You get behind the secondary really quick, and the quarterback's able to just throw a quick strike up the middle of the field. We see the Bills do that a good bit with Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you're able to buy so much time. It's going to be another dead ball penalty here.
They don't need that.
Yep, they definitely don't. But while they do that, because we are kind of behind on our ads, we're going to start throwing some of those in between plays if we're able to do so.
Home team.
We're going to talk about Geek. Geek is known for its unique and creative accessories.
Am I gonna have to?
Also inspired by the personal.
Am I gonna have to do that for every extra point? Because
100%
every
all
extra
original
point.
mesh customers
So
can
I
be
check
confident
every
ball
in their shopping experience for originality.
If you need to be notified, let us know. But
and SL Live
need
Radio
to be
is your
notified.
virtual
Trust me,
life's
by the-
#1 radio
by the
station
rule that
in
it's
true
written and the way
HD
we've called
sound
it all
quality,
season.
offering you the hottest
We need to be
DJs,
notified
spinning the
when you
freshest
change your
mixes on the
extra
grid
point.
live.
Right,
That is
I'm
SL
not arguing
Live
with you. What I'm
Radio,
saying is,
radio
you
for
say it's
your
all
second
season.
life.
All season, I've never
For
had to
more
do that. If
information,
you gotta do that this game,
contact
that's
S.
fine. I'll do
Capello
that. Just,
or
let us know.
Thorn
Notify
and
us when
Dell.
you come back.
And since we still have a little bit more time,
Yep.
we'll talk about Blueberry is an original clothing store for women made by a woman with passion for art. That is Blueberry. She's also
Yeah,
a
I'm
title
online, by
sponsor
the
of
way.
the Power Ranking show that takes place on Tuesdays around 5 p.m. SLT here in their luscious studio at the UFL Sim. Syke, Dre, and Durgan, your host there, and they always bring in a couple of special guests. So another show's getting ready to wrap up. I think a couple more weeks. I'm pretty sure Syke has some great things planned as the show kind of starts wrapping it up here. So, we only really have 2 weeks left in the season after, this week and then 2 more weeks. And then playoffs start. So it's right here at the doorstep.
It's ball in play.
UFL Season 1 regular season coming to a close. And man, is it ever an exciting one with all of these playoff races
Down.
being kicked off here with this game tonight. Ray snap, rolls over toward the left, stands, waits. Been doing this a lot tonight. Just kind of waiting for the blocks. Scooter's coming in up the sideline. Pass. It's going to be caught by Diego. He's going to step out of bounds. Like he could have picked up the first down. Got a little bit too close to the sideline. That toe just slips out. And he falls an inch short of the first down.
Down. Set. Hike.
Snap. Ray drops back over toward the right. Cuts outside. He's going to be able to pick up the first here. He's got Troy on his heels. Gets to the 45. Cuts back inside. Continues to fight through at the 50. Taken down just across the 50 by Tame. Picks up 12 yards. And the Panthers answering back with chunk plays of their own. Granted, it's no 72-yard bomb, but this is a very good response thus far by the Panthers offense. Snap. Rolls over to the left, gets to the left hash, backs up to the middle, cuts around, gets to the UFL logo in the middle of the field, throws it up, got a receiver wide open, and he misses the ball. Touchdown City. If you are the Panthers, you are just shaking your head. Jack Mitchell, open by about 57,000 yards, unable to simply make the grab and could walk backwards or sit on his butt and scoot to the end zone. And, man, if you're the Panthers, you just missed a golden opportunity. And if you're unable to get points on this drive, that's going to be one that you definitely shake your head at. But you have to put it away, and you have to move forward. And Ray's doing that right here, dancing in and out, works over toward the right, got a receiver, throws it up. The receiver stops. Ray throws it toward the sideline. Ray and Kay not on the same page. And if you're Ray, you're looking at the last 2 plays, and you're just holding your hands up. Like, come on, guys.
What more does he have to do?
What are we doing here? 2 wide open receivers there. Just a whiff by Jack deep up the right side.
Down.
And then
Set.
Kay kind of sits down in the open spot. That may be a false start. They don't call it. Snap, rolls over toward the left, waiting for a couple of blocks, standing around the 40, got a receiver, and almost intercepted. Diego was the intended receiver. He kind of whipped around. If that ball doesn't go out of bounds, that ball is probably intercepted and going the other way. That was a lot of green grass between the defender and the end zone. Ray snaps, moves over to the left, gets to the hash, stands there, only rushing 3. So not a lot. Got a receiver wide open along the backside, throws it up, going back toward Jack. Does he make it up? No, he does not. And it was 2-on-1 there. Syke and Jack, and neither come up with it. Instead, Tame gets it. Yellow Jackets turn them away again. And if you're the Panthers, I mean, you're just shaking your head. You know, if you're Ray especially, you had 3 big plays. Well, I mean, the one to K would have been a solid gain. Nothing. She would have probably caught the ball, went right out of bounds because it was right up along the sideline. But Jack, that's a touchdown. You had a 2-on-1 situation. Syke and Jack on Tamed, and Tame comes up with it. Just
downside hike.
Disappointing, I think, if you are Ray. That's going to be a dead ball penalty. But you know, you have to put those sorts of plays behind you and move forward. There are 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You're down 7 points. You cannot afford
5-yard
to
penalty.
let the Yellow Jackets strike quick. Here again.
The Panthers defense has got to
Repeat,
make a stop.
first down.
There's no way around it. Right now, the Yellow Jackets offense is 2 for 2. They've also generated 2 turnovers. So right now, the number of the game is 2. You've got to execute right here. You've got to get some defensive stops. You know, give your offense some good field position so they don't have to work so far up the field. You know, play the battle of the field position, win it, get a score before the half.
Yeah, because you also have to look at the fact, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, at the end of a basketball game, whenever a team can have a 2-for-1 opportunity. If the Yellow Jackets can hold on to the ball here, just get 3 points before half, they get the ball back at halftime. So they just need to kind of milk it, move it consistently, eat as much of the clock as they can, kick a little field goal, go up by 10, get the ball back at halftime, go score a touchdown, and up by 17, and then it's really looking dark if you're the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, this could get ugly.
Yep. It definitely could. So an opportunity here for the Yellow Jackets, and I know it's just a 7-point game, but it feels like this drive has a potential to kind of blow the game open if the Yellow Jackets score a touchdown here before the half. And there's still a whole other half to go, but hey, we got to be excited the whole time.
The way I see it is, this could be a stand for either team. It's who, you know, do we want to win this game? That's what this drive is going to say for both teams. Because you've got to, on Panthers, you got to be like, guys, we want to win this game. We've got to get this stop right here. You know, get back into the game. And if the Yellow Jackets want to win this game, you know, they really put the icing on the cake by if they scored here, got, you know, into the drive in a kick in some way, fashion.
Troy working his way to the left, throws the ball up the side.
Intercepted by Syke.
Steps out of bounds. Yep. Go ahead, sorry.
That's how we do it, sir. All tied.
Yeah. Good job there by Syke. They gave him an opportunity. Syke is, of course, a very talented corner, and he brings in the pass there. See if the Panthers can't answer back here and take advantage of the momentum shift. Ray snap, rolls to the left, comes back to the right. Rosie right in his face, cuts around, receiver
wide open,
intercepted, threw it way too far to the left. I saw that. As soon as he threw it, I mean, I called the interception when the ball was halfway there. So I knew right off the bat. He threw that ball he had a receiver kind of chilling in the middle. He needed to throw the ball directly.
Way sooner.
Yeah, well, not way sooner, just to the middle of the end zone. He throws it way to the left, and that allows...
he led it too far.
Yeah. He didn't need to lead it at all. It's going to go deep down the field, and incomplete pass.
That was almost pretty, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But like we said, you know, he had a receiver, and I think it was Jack, again, wide open in the middle of the field. I mean, there's nobody really to either side. You know, if you're Ray right there, and I'm not a quarterback, but you got to throw that ball just straight, just right to the middle of the end zone. Don't set a short field and short ground to cover, especially on a deep pass, because that ball can hang in the air for so long. Troy now, with the ball in his hand, dances around, steps up, got a receiver coming back in the middle. And it's going to be Angelo again, cuts inside, makes a couple of guys miss.
Timeout, Yellow Jackets.
Gets tackled, 18 yards on the gain, 1st and 10, 1:24, timeout. Play was stopped, timeout by the Yellow Jackets.
Other than that interception by Syke, right now the trend is that the Yellow Jackets are moving the ball when they want to move the ball.
Easily. No resistance.
And I don't know if it was that, like the last score where the safety was just sleeping, or if he beat on the run too hard and ended up getting beat deep, or what happened. But he got straight up cooked. You got to tighten up on defense.
Oh yeah, I agree. It so far since pretty much the last drive by the Panthers, Of course, it has been kind of, and it's only a 7-point game. So when we say dominance, we're not talking about scoreboard-wise, but the feel of the game is just dominated by the Yellow Jackets. And right now, the Panthers, it's a first half of missed opportunities.
Right.
The pass to Jackson up the right side when he missed it, that's a touchdown. The pass that to the middle of the field that we just saw get intercepted, that's a missed opportunity. And Troy is wrapped up, fights through, makes his way over to the left, throws the ball up, nice comeback route by Yoshi, tackled by Syke, picks up 6 yards, 1 minute and 7 seconds, and I don't know how many timeouts, maybe 1 left, 2 left, 2 left.
Down,
by the Yellow Jackets, so 1 minute to go, 2 timeouts, snap, rolls to the right, Torov comes in, steps up, throws the ball to the middle of the field, and nice catch by Tame, bringing it in, and the Yellow Jackets are making plays out here, ladies and gentlemen. 44-yard gain, bomb across the middle, Tame comes down with it, all the momentum, all the feel, all the excitement, 150% on the Yellow Jacket side right now. Not even close.
Major dot. And if you ever hear that phrase and the fans are wondering what's a dot, that when you throw it perfectly and there is just the coverage is there, but they just have no chance to catch the ball. It's so freaking accurate. Dot.
That's a situation, and I'll tell you, it doesn't happen very often where a quarterback and his receiving core are on the same page. Now, Cash slides in here at quarterback. I'm not too thrilled with this. If he scores a touchdown, okay. But I'm going to go ahead and warn you, if a pick is thrown, I might say something. Touchdown!
Oh, man. Whoa, Nelly. This is getting out of hand.
My goodness. Pass right across the middle. Vintage Cash right to Yoshi. The middle linebacker there, I think it was Jack, way too late rotating over on that pass. That right there, man, that's vintage Cash. That attack to the seam. The middle linebacker has to be aware of that. The outside linebackers have to. No one was aware of it, and Cash just said, all right, Troy, thank you for this. Let me have mine. Cash comes in, 1 pass, 1 catch, 1 score. 21 points. 21-7, Yellow Jackets over the Panthers. 40 seconds to go until halftime. And, man, just absolute dominance by the Yellow Jackets in this first half. Still, a complete second half to go. But this has been, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you threw 1 pick. Other than that, perfection, both sides of the ball.
The thing is that they threw a pick, but what happened right after that?
That's right. Well, and I can't say, I can't say perfection, both sides of the ball. Let me retract that statement, because they've had receivers wide open, and the Panthers haven't helped themselves at all in this game.
Well,
when they've had the chances, they haven't taken advantage.
They've beaten themselves. That's right. The thing is that, and I'm not taking anything away from the Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
Hell of a game.
Yeah, what we kick.
But what I'm saying is now, it looks to me like the Panthers are beating themselves. They're getting caught sleeping.
They'll put the time back on too, right? If we re-kick
it. Their quarterback's having to run around all day to make space for himself.
All right,
I can't pick just one thing that I'd say, let's fix this. The entire body of work from the Panthers is not looking very Panthery right now, and I really don't know how to say that any cleaner.
Panthery?
Oh yeah, it's a new word. Look it up. I'm gonna make a Billy's Dictionary. Redneck to English translation.
There you go. Well, I think they're going to make them re-kick here, and they are. We will talk about A&A. Are you looking for that special piece of jewelry, whether it is elegant or trendy, formal, or for a wedding? Come along to Diamante, A&A's very own jewelry line, and see what we have for you. Or are you looking for slink enhancement add-ons? We carry both a wide range of nails and shoes that will complete any outfit. While you are there, don't forget to check out of the A&A to find that perfect gift for that perfect someone. That is Diamante and A&A, because life is your creativity. The re-kick goes up the right side and is caught by Jackson. There is 34 seconds to go in the half. 30 right now. Cuts to the outside, back to the inside, gets tackled and taken down by Angelo. Picks up 30, 29 seconds to go until half. And the Panthers need to get something. They have all their timeouts, if I'm not mistaken.
Set,
I mean, 29 seconds isn't a lot of time to really do anything, but it's plenty of time to do something. Snap, rolls over toward the left, plenty of room to run, gets out of bounds. Good play. Nice, smart play. Picks up yards, going to bring them about 10 yards, I would say, from being legitimate distance to take a shot at the end zone. So that's what you wanted to do right there. Quick little run, quick little sprint out to the left. Takes up close to 10 yards. And 20 seconds to go until half right now. Ray rolls over, cuts up inside, gets stumbled by Troy and taken down. They're going to have to call a timeout.
Timeout, Panthers.
Timeout with 11 seconds.
They shaved off 9 seconds. That's definitely not what you wanted to happen if you were on Panthers side.
Well, you shave off 9 seconds and you lose 8 yards, and I mean, right now you have to get across the 50 because Ray's not going to be able to make this pass at the line of scrimmage. So you need to get to like the 45 for the way that he's going to have to back up to get a pass off to legitimately have a chance to get this ball to the front of the end zone.
I'm thinking Dale Murray.
Dead ball penalty. I'm going to be honest with you. The biggest success that the Panthers have had was that one just cheese ball they threw.
5 yard.
They just need to cheese it right here. Just chunk it down the field.
Give it to Dale.
Way down the field. And as soon as it's done, call that timeout.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 10 seconds. I don't know. How fast.
It's a little too late.
Yeah, I don't know if 10 seconds, if you really have enough time to do that. But that might would have been something that I would have tried on the previous play for sure.
Yeah, I think that one thing we've seen in the last 30 seconds is not the best time management either. It's that run, it was nice, it got you some yardage, but does it really execute what you needed to happen there? And then that sack right there, which you really can't help, that shaved off another 9 seconds. And seconds really count when it comes to the last few seconds of the half.
Well, I think that the run, I think it did do what you wanted. It got you a nice chunk of yardage. You got out of bounds. You were able to save the time. Save it. You didn't shave, but maybe 8 seconds off. You picked up 10 yards. If you could have gotten one more of those, you would have been in range to throw it to the end zone. Like whenever you're in a situation and you're in such a tightly knit time, if you can pick up 9 quick yards, get out of bounds, hey, we got breathing room. We're rolling in the right direction. But then what really messes you up is that 8-yard sack. You lose time, you lose yards, and I think this is going to be the final play of the half. 5, 4, 3. This is going to be the last play. So Ray's going to throw.
Chunk it.
Yep, he's going to have to. Rolls around, throws the ball up. It's going to be 3 on about 4, and it's going to be intercepted by Troy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take us to a shocking halftime score. Maybe not to some, but I think to most it could be. 21 for the Yellow Jackets, 7 for the Panthers. We will let Ryan get in position for the halftime shows. The Panthers will be going first, the Panthers dolls, and then the Jackettes will be going second. So, Ryan, as soon as you are in position, you let me know, and I will let the ladies know that they are ready to go. All right, we are in position. We will be right back after this to talk about the second half. Ladies, take it away.
Are we muted on stream?
I was talking and had my microphone muted. All right, we want to thank the Panthers dolls and the Jackettes for a amazing and tremendous halftime performance. Thank you, ladies, for all the hard work that you do, and welcome back. If you took a break, which I hope you didn't, because you missed an awesome halftime performance. And what has been, I will say, and we said it throughout the first half, a rather shocking first half of action here. Panthers against the Yellow Jackets, Shining Starlet's game of the week. Yellow Jackets 21, Panthers 7, all Yellow Jackets in the first half of this game. Billy, if you were in the Panthers locker room, what are you telling your team?
There'd be lots of beeps. I'd be like, guys, we've got to get it together. We got to start playing like we have been all season. Come on, let's act like we've been there before. Let's execute on offense. Let's not get caught sleeping on defense. And let's do what we know we can do. We can still do this. There shouldn't be any anger or anything like that. I think that the Yellow Jackets have came to play today, and you're going to have to put the nails in the coffin yourself. They're not going to do it for you.
Yeah, it's a situation. If I'm the Panthers, I think they're you can't help but be a little deflated.
All right, thank you.
Right.
I think you came in. I think you were the favorite, and you've been absolutely smacked in the mouth. I mean, just off the start, just absolutely just pushed around. But if I'm in that team, because I like to keep things real, but I like to keep them positive as well. I say, guys, there are two touchdowns we should have right now.
Back out.
I'll
check in on when she comes back.
We are our own worst. That's what I'm preaching. If I am in there, we right now are our own worst enemy. Of course, the Yellow Jackets doing a tremendous job, and me making that statement is not to discredit anything that they do. This is just something I would tell my team. Guys, wide open twice, 2 touchdowns, bad pass, bad receiver play. That's it. The difference in this game, 2 plays. And not only just any plays, but 2 potential touchdowns. So it's like, guys, our opportunities in the second half to pull this back in our control will be there. We just have to make the adjustments. It was, granted, our comeback effort against the Bills fell short, but that was our halftime. And guys, hey, they scored 28. I think it was 28-0. We can score 28.
Right.
Of course, we only scored 21, and and they absolutely destroyed us in the first
half.
Ref,
I'm kicking the ball.
Game, and
I'm not on the line.
Was a great game to be a part of. Just hate that we were on the losing end of it. But that's your mentality you have to have. Hey, this team did it. We can do it. We have to take care of our business. We can't worry too much about what they're doing, because right now wasn't the case in the Bills game, but in this one, the Panthers have been given ample opportunities by the Yellow Jackets. They have to capitalize. And if they don't, then we're going to have a 40-something to 14 finish in this game. That's just how it's going to be. And and the Panthers have to come out. They cannot let the Yellow Jackets score on this drive. Or it's going to be bad. And that's just as honest as I can be about it. Kick is off. And it goes up the right side. Angelo takes it, cuts back inside, waits for a couple of blocks, jukes outside, and fights his way toward the side. Still up and taken down by Toroff. But, Billy, we have still some more time to kind of talk. So if you were in the Yellow Jackets locker room, what are you telling your guys over there? I know it's a lot happier of a locker room than the Panthers would have been.
It's got to be a little bit, more of a positive demeanor. I'd say, hey, let's just keep going and doing what we're doing. A couple passes, they've been some lucky passes in the coverage, but most of the passes have been straight up and down. Nothing the defense could have done about it. Good offensive play. I'd say let's keep doing what we're doing. Keep, scoring, milking the clock.
Downside hike.
Like I said, and a lot of times I like to kind of keep things, I guess a good run here by Troy's going to cut up inside, going to get right toward the first down. I would say if I was in their locker room, a lot along the lines of what you said. Hey, guys, let's keep doing what we're doing. But what I would remind them is I say, guys, they've gotten wide open on us twice. We made a great recovery on one for the interception in the end zone, and they whiffed on one. If we want to win this game, we cannot give them easy opportunities to climb back into it. If the Yellow Jackets come out, which I don't think they will, and rest on their laurels of the first half, they will lose this game. because there's still a whole lot of football to be left to play. They have to go out. They have to execute.
Down,
they have to execute to the level that they did in the first half in order to hold off any charge that the Panthers might gain, which, like you said, the Panthers are very much a second-half team and have been for the season. Troy's going to be able to pick up the first down here, cuts inside, back outside, gets to the 45, and taken down by Jack Mitchell. A 10-yard gain when he only needed a few inches, and the Yellow Jackets still moving the ball in pretty
decisive fashion.
Yeah, I mean, it's, what was it, 9.5, and then you turn right back and you get 10. I mean, they're pushing the Panthers around, and I'm shocked that we're seeing that right now.
And also, when you're behind and you're on defense, you don't want to see them running the ball a whole lot because that's just taking precious time you're going to want back.
Yeah, you start stressing.
Right, you've got to get these 3-and-out drives. You got to get those drives, up and down, get things back on the drives.
Yeah, it's one of those, and good job there by Troy. He's going to break outside, got room to run, crosses the 50 to the 45, cuts back inside, getting a few more blocks, and he's got one guy to make miss, fights through, taken down by Ray, grabbed at the last second, 29 yards, and like you said, just decisive fashion, eating clock, eating yards, and looking like they're going to put more points on the board, at least 3, and if you're the Yellow Jackets at this point, 3 points every time, it's probably going to get you a win. Even if you just got field goals from here to the end, I feel like that would be enough for you to walk away here with a victory.
Like I said earlier, the Yellow Jackets mantra, they need to end every drive in a kick. Either a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. They can't turn the ball over. They've got to keep playing like they're playing right now.
Exactly. Troy snaps, cuts around, tore off right there, but he's able to fight out of it. Troy still dancing around, throws it up the side, and out of bounds. Cash makes the catch, but out of bounds.
Looks like he had somebody wide open in the middle of the end zone. I just don't think he saw it.
Yeah, I think that's one of those situations. You're up under so much pressure. If he gets a mouse look, if he turns his camera, his avatar is going to shift, and he's probably going to get sacked. I think really the only pass he could have made was the one that he attempted, and he goes out of bounds. But yeah, I did see that too. As I called more games and kind of talked to more quarterbacks, I learned more about their sight angles, so I try not to give them as hard of a time, because you're like, they're wide open, just throw it, and you're like, I can't throw it because I can't see,
Right. I mean, anybody can quarterback from the couch.
That's right, and I'm the best. I am the best armchair quarterback. I'm telling you, I would throw so many touchdowns. I'm just saying. No, I wouldn't. I can barely move anywhere. So, but no, it's I'm happy that I'm not a quarterback. That's not a responsibility that I ever want. But Troy has that responsibility, and man, has he ever delivered on it so far in this game. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap, rolls to the left, steps inside, throws it across right. Oh, that looked like a pick, but a great job by Angelo yet again. That ball is thrown to the middle, and the only thing I see is the pink hair that Jack Mitchell's wearing, and I'm like, oh man, he's just throwing it right to him, and here comes Angelo, just whoop, right in front of him. Just a great job, Angelo, and the receivers for the Yellow Jackets, just on point today. And Cash back in at quarterback. This is when you got to tell those outside linebackers, guys, you need to watch that seam, watch something quick here. That's what Cash likes to do. Cash becoming the red zone QB for the Yellow Jackets. In this one, snap, toss back. This is going to be one of those run plays. Gets a couple of blocks, fights through, 2 yards. Solid little play. 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Interesting there. We see Cash do that quite often. Little pitch play. Toss it back to the running back and let Rari push forward for a few yards and just inch closer to the end zone. The only thing, like you said, you don't want here, because you got 3 points on the board. There's no sense in you having other than a fumble, which you can't control. If there's an interception thrown down here, that's just ridiculous. There's no need to force it. None. Look at it. There are only 3. We are inside of 4 minutes to go. You've eaten half of this quarter with this drive. Coming back, throws it. That's going to be intercepted. Do it right. I mean, you can't.
One job.
I don't get it. You're only. I mean.
Why?
awful. Just you can't do that.
I mean, I hate to be that guy, and pitch at anybody because I know it's hard to be a quarterback.
The play is under
but don't Seahawk it.
Never mind.
There's no reason.
In my opinion, what I would have done there is I would have just ran the ball, got some solid field position, and moved it up by another possession with 3 points.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you 100%. They called a ref timeout. Are they maybe going to bring this back?
To me, that was just, in my opinion, that wasn't great game management.
No, that was awful.
And I'm all for, the whole pro, aspect to it, and let's never look at the scoreboard and play like you would every down. But when you're against this elite of a team, you can't.
Hold on. Why is that out to the 5-yard line? Oh, okay. No, let's see if we can't get some sort of confirmation. I'll ask.
All right.
We have Rodden over there, but sometimes I know it's kind of hard to hear. I just asked.
They just gave the keys to the game right back to the Panthers.
I mean, you just can't do that. And I don't know. When they put Cash in, I just had a feeling that you were going to see that happen.
At some point, you were calling that last time.
It registered a touchback, and it was on the 5-yard line. Oh, he ran out of the. That's right, he did. He ran out of the end zone. Okay, I think we were just talking. We weren't paying attention necessarily to where the ball came out. But I mean, if you're the Panthers, that's what you needed, and this gives you an opportunity. But if you're a Yellow Jackets, you're just like that was awful. And Ray's going to be taken down right here, 3rd down and 10. If you're the Yellow Jackets, if you're the Panthers, you can't have this be a 3 or 4 and out, and you get the ball right back because then all you've done is waste time. I mean, you have to get points.
You've literally wasted a whole quarter if you've done that.
Yep, 3 minutes. Inside of 3 minutes now to go in this
down.
And you're down 2 possessions, and you're standing in your own end zone. Ray drops back, rolls over, got a receiver, and a nice grab, steps out of bounds.
There you go.
Perfect pass. Just drops it right over the shoulder. I think Cash was in coverage there. Jack Mitchell able to catch it along the sideline. Panthers starting to creep out of their own end zone. Need some big plays, though. Ray dancing around. Looked like he couldn't get his he saw his hand kind of shoot up. I think he couldn't grab himself.
Probably. It looked like, like when you're right-clicking while you're moving, and it's almost like you're like to de-render something, it's like it raises your hand. This looks like what he does. Look, he like right-click by accident.
Maybe instead of left to grab himself, he accidentally right-clicked and shot his hand up. But Ray's going to whip around and lose yardage again. Third down. 20. And that right-click, that whatever he did, that's just things you just can't have happen. Especially this close to the end zone in a game where you're down 2 possessions. Ray dances around, steps up, fights through, makes a couple of guys miss. Woody comes in and trips him up and taken down by Angelo. Picks up 5 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 15. And cheese time.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Cheese time. Because if anything, you hope all you don't want is the ball to hit the ground. Because then you're screwed.
Here's the problem.
Set. Hike.
You've got a quarterback who has proven throughout the season that they can throw the ball. All right, but how hard is it to throw the ball when you're picking turf out of your own face mask all game long?
Yeah. Tosses up. It looks like this is going to be an interception, and it is. It's just that's this game. That is this game. I mean, if you were the Yellow Jackets, okay, you did it. You put Cash in at the goal line, and what happened. Kind of. I hate to say what I thought would happened at some point. I'm not saying that it would happen every time, but it's just kind of with the style he plays. It's easy if you kind of hone into it. At times to step in front of his passes. So I think if you get back down toward the end zone, just let Troy run it. I mean, just like you said, you just can't have turnovers and let them get right back in this game. Got 2 receivers open right in the middle of the field. If Troy's able to get it off, but he crosses the line of scrimmage and he's going to run, 2 receivers just in the end zone. I think Angelo and maybe let's see, who was it? Tamed and Angelo. They came from each side. They ran to the middle and they went up the middle, and it was just, wide open. just waiting for them.
But if I was them, I wouldn't even chance it with a pass right now. In my opinion, there's no point.
I mean, that one was so open, though. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with that. But sometimes when you pass, only 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Yeah.
So I'd run the ball. And I'd move this clock because you've proven you can move the ball on the run against this team. So I'd go ahead, keep doing the thing you're good at.
Wide open. Angelo, wide open. But he's evading, so, I mean, you can't do anything there. Great job by the Panthers front line, and Toroff to take them down. It's going to force a 3rd down and 9, and that's going to take us to the 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We've done no ads. We got to get into this. Yep. What Radio, when you want to hear the newest in hip-hop and rap from the East Coast to the West Coast to the Dirty South, tune in to What Radio, Second Life's premier hip-hop radio station. Either visit www.whatradio.com or grab that stream and add it to your land. What Radio? Hip-hop stop, a division of Macchiato Media.
No.
That's going to be a stop. He didn't fly. That's just
blew off the ball.
That's just going to be a dead 3. I mean, there ain't nothing you can do there. Is that
not a...
No, not when that happens. That's that ejected him up off of what'll happen sometimes where you're just going into the air. Yeah, not hitting the F key. He didn't.
Right.
Didn't. It wasn't a legit fly. Yeah.
Right. He didn't fly override.
Yeah. Or if he did, the smart thing to do was just hit it real fast and drop down and blame it on that. But I don't think that was an issue there. Troy dancing around.
Left open corner.
Yep. See what he does? He's going to throws it up. It's not a... Yeah, it's going to be intercepted. Not a
Why?
Very...
I just don't...
And if you're the receivers, they're playing you back, just cut back short, and you're fine. But, hey, I still say this. You ate an entire quarter. You should have had at least 3 points on the board.
Wait, that was your last drive. Right?
You've turned it over twice.
Yeah, when you do stupid things, they tend to snowball into more stupid things. That first turnover leads to that second turnover. If they play standard, they move the ball, they get 3, they move on. I don't think you have any of the other. You don't have the second turnover.
Right.
It's just one of those things where you give that glimmer of hope, and you have to be able to stomp on that throat and just end it when you have the opportunity. And in my opinion, they did in that first drive. And the Panthers are right back. If they can get a score and they can score fast, I mean, they're right back in this ball game. It's just 2 possessions. Good job there by Scott. Gets back inside, picks up 8 yards, and we're going to talk about Gut Bucket. A theme, 1950s throwback region, googie bowling, mall stunning areas to relax, dance, and hang out with friends. Some of SL's top designers including Madpy, Meshworks, Moda, Sinful, Delirium Style, Hydra, Pomp City 2013, Identity, Deadpool, 7 Deadly Skins, Deer, and many more. A nice pass across the middle again, caught by Jackson and taken down. Beautiful and eye-catching for photography, blogging, and finally, a small area to have private weddings to administer and full use of props. That is Gut Bucket. Snap, rolls over to the left, comes back to the right, still moving, throws the ball at the sideline, out of bounds. I'm trying to throw these in here in between plays as well. Designing SL.
Go ahead.
No, you got it. Roll.
All right. Designing SL is specifically for creators in Second Life. Feature new releases, vendor ads, and store information directly from the creators themselves. Owned by Elena Logan. There's no cost to join the feed or the InWell group. Sister feeds are Blogging SL for fashion bloggers, Hunting SL featuring media announcements and information on events in SL of all types, and Living SL featuring the blogs of residents who share information about SL. That's Designing SL. Designing SL.
I look and I say, the Panthers, have an opportunity right here, of course, to get right back in this ballgame. And I know as soon as I say this, they're going to hit a huge play because there's a receiver wide open on the left side that Ray didn't want to throw the ball to. But I
got a right-hand corner. Yep. Wide open in the right-hand corner. Wide open. Get that touchdown, son.
That's going to be intercepted.
No, it's not.
Okay. I just felt like it was thrown too late, but it was thrown at the right time. The defender couldn't get there. Really good job by Jack. So I'm not going to make the point that I was going to make because I knew that was going to happen as soon as I was getting ready to open my mouth. So I saved myself a little bit of foolery. But it happens enough times.
Corner.
Yep. Got him right there if he wants them. Doesn't. Still people in his face. So he's starting to evade. Throws the ball across the middle. Caught by Syke. Nice comeback route to the middle of the field. Picks up 16 yards. And when you turn the ball over and you don't put the team away, this is what happens. Snap. Steps back over to the right. Dead ball penalty. And while they do that, we will talk about combatant. Combatant is the first and still the lead innovator in high-quality, 100% original mesh and clothing products aimed for the football community within SL. They offer a wide range of products from jerseys, cleats, helmets, compression clothing, uniforms, hand warmers, gloves, and much more. That is Combatant. Leave your mark. They're also the sponsor of the Player of the Week, and they give those beautiful cleats away on a weekly basis. And Hydra. Hydra, you will find an array of modern, urban, trendy fashion footwear and accessories for both men and women. They feature mostly mesh products, but also have a pliers-based clothing for the mesh bodies for the ladies as well. They offer their VIPs 300 linen of in-store credit every month. Regular gifts, lotteries, and much more. That is Hydra. And if they're going to give you free money, why would you not go there and join their group? 300 linens of in-store credit, that's never a bad thing. Right snap, rolls to the left, cuts back inside. He's got room to run. He's going to cross the 20 to the 15, back inside, juke outside, waits for the block. Son. He's going to get to the 5, cut back inside again, and Ray fights in. There we go. For the score, 21 yards, and just like that, gentlemen, this is a ball game. Yellow Jackets have their chance. They have given the Panthers new life. Pull within 7, or well, right now, within 8. With this extra point pending, Panthers come right back down the field. 21-yard run. Ray does what Ray does. 6.5 minutes. 1 possession football game. Right now, ladies and gentlemen. Kick is up. Kick is good. And just like that, 7-point differential. 21 for the Yellow Jackets. 14 for the Panthers. And the Shining Starlets game of the week is really starting to heat up here in the fourth quarter.
You know what, Matt? This game's starting to look like something new. Props, poses, and all sorts. Family, couples, singles, and theme props and poses. All priced at top quality. That's something new.
You know, you did really good, and you were perfect, and then you just had to screw it up at the end.
Words are hard in Alabama, y'all. All these extra syllables and stuff.
The kick is off. It is up. It is to the left. It is caught by Troy. He works his way up to the 20. Cuts inside, back outside to the 25. Waiting for a block. Gets up to the 30, to the 35. He fumbles. It goes backwards and out of bounds. And woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say right there, ladies and gentlemen. Bullet dodged. And that's the thing, dude. I'm telling you, you get down there, you know, Cash throws that pick, and it all changes. You follow it up with another pick, you fumble, granted it goes out of bounds, but the entire complexion, the entire momentum of it changes. The clock's still running.
Well, here's my thing is there's this lady, and her name is Carmen. Sometimes she's a less than giving and nice lady.
And I mean, you just
the line of scrimmage move
with
the first yard.
You know, like we said, they're dropping down. It should have ended in a kick. There's no reason for that ball to be forced when it was.
Yeah, and it's showing second down.
But hey, you know what you're gonna do? You're the Yellow Jackets. You know, all of that aside, you're up 7, 6.5 minutes. You know, you ate the entire third quarter almost with one drive. Do it again. You know, granted, the Panthers, if you eat it down as far as that, will probably start to burn some timeouts and get the ball back. But, you know, in my opinion, if you go down, you have a substantial drive. You kick a field goal, I think the ball game's over.
But the thing is that you intercept, you give the ball away twice in 2 drives, and you're ahead by 2 possessions. Why? If somebody can give me a feasible reason as to why, I don't understand.
Because
I'm all for style points and everything, but if there's no style points there, you know, I don't understand what you're trying to gain. I don't mean to be so mean, but
no, I understand. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. You know, there's no reason, you know, for either one of those. And I think, like I said, that they kind of piggyback on each other, you know, in that sense. But anyway, Troy keeps it on the ground, picks up 7 yards. And this right here, there's no reason we should see this ball snap before 10 seconds on the play clock hits. And this is, you know, one of those things of, you know, where the play clock is it's extremely long, and at the end of ball games, you can really end it if you have a lead. Of course, force teams to burn their timeouts. But I mean, you eat up a minute. I mean, 5 plays, this game could be over. But,
right?
I mean, they're going to call timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning coming up. That's not going to happen. But
Down
to be honest, there's no
hike.
reason for this to be snapped inside to 5 seconds. But Troy snaps, steps inside, heads over toward the right. Got a receiver across the middle. Does he take the shot? No, he doesn't.
They're not giving him
Steps
nowhere
up
to go.
right into Arwen, taken down by Toroff. 3rd down and 10. Let it bleed. Clock run on down. And we know they're going to do that. So why don't you tell us about the Players Club?
I'd be delighted. The Players Club, founded in 2011, is the home to some of the friendliest staff and VIPs in SL. If you're looking for a fun place to hang out, listen to some great music, and meet new friends, check out the Players Club, located in the Players Plaza. As you listen to the tunes, take a walk around the plaza where you can find something for everyone. A new chopper, a new necklace, and of course both men and women's attire. For aspiring desires, we have a full perm texture and template store. If you're looking to have a new picture done, we have that too. And for all you Ohana Packers fans, the Ohana Packers team store is located in the plaza. So come check us out, Players Club in Plaza today.
Downside hike.
Please do. And right at 10 seconds, the ball is snapped. Troy rolls over to the left. He's dropping back. He steps to the right. He's got a receiver wide open. Of course, it is Angelo, as it has been for the majority of the night. Him and Tame really shouldering the load for the receivers. Troy, like we said, all but, the 2 plays has been fantastic.
That safety sleeper play, and then, the play by Angelo has just been spectacular.
Yep.
The throws by the quarterback have been okay, but there's been a lot of times where Angelo's bailed him out of throws.
Well, that's supposed to be a timeout attributed to the home team. Did the Panthers call the timeout? Because it said visitor team. That would be the Yellow Jackets. So
I think they just charged it to the wrong team.
Yeah. I sure hope so.
I hope. All right. Coach, just bench me. I'm going to control all this. I'm going to hit the bench. I'm done. I just don't know what else to say.
Let me go.
Panthers are ready.
You might as well go ahead and start getting the beat button.
Okay, it was attributed to the home team. So
okay.
It was just said
wrong. It was about to get real truthy in here.
Yeah.
Downside hike.
Yeah, I was about to.
Woo!
That
got hotter and hell's train tracks. Whew.
Yeah. Troy steps up, receiver open. Oh man, dangerous, but Tame
that was close.
Yeah, I thought Jack, when Tame kind of wiggled that last little time, I thought that Jack was going to be able to grab it, but he's able to cut back.
Only the defender there was just a split hair too late. If he had jumped up just a little bit earlier, that could have been something special.
Yep, those comeback routes are hard. Hard to defend when you're man up with somebody in that situation. They cut back. I mean, it's unstoppable. It's just the quarterback just has to put the ball a little bit short, and the receiver has to not move out of the way. Because if they do, you're going to get it as the defender because you're going to be directly behind them. But
downside hike.
Troy not making that mistake there. Troy snaps, rolls to the right, comes back to the left, steps in the middle, steps in, steps out, heads back over to the left sideline, cuts back to the right, dancing around, gets stumbled and taken down.
Nice.
Hayden, 15-yard loss, but ate a lot of time, and I think the final timeout right there taken by the Panthers. So, if I'm not mistaken, so that's going to leave them with, or is that only the second? It could be the last. I'm not really sure.
I think it's the third.
They're out. Okay. That's the third and final timeout for the Panthers. So, really, right now, I mean, okay, you're the Yellow Jackets. We run this play.
Yellow Jackets.
Don't
throw it. You'll eat it down. If you can just waste a few seconds, you can get really close to the 2-minute warning. I mean, 2-minute warning is going to be the only stoppage of play that we have from here to the end. And while they have a referee timeout, we would talk about FMesh. It is a monthly event that opens on the 1st of every month. Each month, they provide top-quality original mesh designers to help fill your needs for fashion and home garden designs. They aim to provide the best of the best for the shoppers in SL. That is FMesh. And you play ball like a girl. Women's sportswear and accessories look pretty and play dirty while supporting your favorite team with You Play Ball Like a Girl jerseys, tops, bottoms, and more. Check them out on Marketplace and keep a lookout for some exciting in-world store news coming up soon. Check out their marketplace store for all your sportswear needs. That is You Play Ball Like a Girl, and they are a sponsor with us on the Pulse, and we thank them. They provide free T-shirts for us at every show. So if you haven't been to a Pulse show, we will be at the Warriors this upcoming Thursday. So come, spend some time with us, have some fun, listen and chat about some football, and get a free T-shirt. T-shirt. Cabana is a friendly club featuring the best in classic rock, top 40, country, romance, laughter, fun, family, and great music. That is the Cabana. I guess we can just keep on going. I mean, since we're
I got one right quick.
Go ahead, do it.
We at the Odyssey?
We're at Odyssey, yes.
All right. Odyssey Music Live Venue, an elite live music venue established originally in 2006. Will continue bringing only the best of you in SL. Watch for weekly events and I'll drop that in local.
Yes. Since we're still waiting, we will talk about the Shining Starlets. And a coincidence that this is the Shining Starlets game of the week. And ladies and gentlemen, the finish proves to live up to the expectation that we have had for this game this week. And it is the Shining Starlets Dance Troupe is an energetic, fun dance group that choreographs and performs dance showcases covering multiple genres and dance styles. They create sets and costumes to fit the event theme. The Starlets have danced for a variety of events, such as Relay for Life, 1 Billion Rising, and Second Life's birthday celebration. For information on upcoming Shining Starlet performances, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/ShiningStarlets or their blog at shiningstarlets.wordpress.com. And to book the Starlets at your next event, contact Caden Piers in World. She is out here on the field, a member of the Panthers team.
All right.
As the running back when they're on offense.
What's going on?
I have no clue. Ron, you got any idea?
We went from real frantic and, oh my God, here comes all these ads, and then now we're done. And well, no, like they called a timeout. The Panthers called a timeout, and then okay, that's great, cute, wonderful. Well, then there was a well, I know there's a football game. I'm aware of that much, but okay, here we go. There was some kind of referee timeout for a second for some reason.
Somebody might have had to step away. I know that happens sometimes. Ref, sometimes you do have to have a bathroom break. And it was just after a timeout for them. Receiver comes back and overthrown.
Oh.
That's not what you wanted. Yoshi was right there. And I'm telling you, I'm very lucky that Syke did not get that ball. That ball was overthrown to a point that even Syke couldn't get it.
Okay.
Oh, man. Whew.
Okay, so...
And that stops the clock. That's stupid.
Here's my thing. Why pass the ball? One.
Yeah.
Two, why pass the ball picking on Syke? He's proved he's freaking lethal with that.
Well, the guy was wide open. It was grossly overthrown. I mean, he was open. But I understand with that as well. It's going to be a toss-up to the middle. This is going to be intercepted by Diego. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go. And
we got a football game, son.
We do. 21-14.
Got a line
Panthers
change again.
Down by 7. They have 3 minutes, 6 seconds, no timeout, 2-minute warning, still waiting. They are on their own 21.5-yard line. Plenty of time, plenty of field, and plenty of opportunity here to tie this game up. Ray snaps, goes to the right, steps up. Got room to run. Is going to cross the 25, cross the 30. The first still moving forward.
Take them yards.
16 yards. And the clock is running.
You really don't want to score too quick, though, either. And I know that's going to make me sound stupid, but you don't want to go right back and give Jack a chance to get back up the field and get some points. Yeah. So, you've got 3 minutes. I'd take every bit of it.
Ray dances in, dances out, gets to the left, fights around, gets stumbled, still moving.
He's got an opening to the right.
Nice comeback there by Jackson. And he pushes up over the 50 to the 47-yard line. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and the Panthers are driving, ladies and gentlemen. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ray snap, drops back, moves to the middle, cuts back around, fights around, gets over to the left, gets the block he needs, steps up, makes a person miss, jukes Rosie out, gets to the 40, crosses over, gets to the 38, 8.5-yard line. 2nd down and 2. 2-minute warning upon us. Panthers still moving the ball. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball is in play, ready to keep rolling. Ray feeling it right now, leading his team down the field with an opportunity to tie this baby up. 2 minutes to go in the game. 21 for the Yellow Jackets.
Set.
14 for the Panthers. Snap. Ray moves over toward the right, drops back. Arwen gets the block, keeps moving over toward the side. Steps up, got a receiver, cuts back. Paul was a little short and a little behind sight. That was Chris right there. I thought it was sight because of the white arms.
Right.
But no, it's past to Chris. But the game clock has stopped. A minute, 52 seconds to go. And ladies and gentlemen, this thing is starting to live up to everything we wanted it to be. Ray snaps, rolls to the right, gets a block, doesn't get it, but didn't need it. Picks the first try to get out of bounds. Good job there by Troy to keep him in bounds, keep that clock moving, and keep the pressure on the Panthers offense. They are 34 yards away from tying this baby up. Ray, snap, steps to the left, comes back to the right, got a receiver on the left side, doesn't take it, moves back to the left, trying to avoid right now. Scooter's in his face. Kaz is right there as well. Thrown to the middle. Nice catch there by Jack. Picks up 16 yards. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 17-yard line, 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. And like we said, they are flying down the field right now. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ray alone in the backfield. The front line going to have to do some work from here to the end. Inside of a minute to go. Clock, the enemy of the Panthers. Snap rolls over to the left. Doesn't get the block. Angelo makes the tackle 3 yards. Not enough to really do too much there. Inside of 50 seconds to go, and the Panthers really, really, really need to start moving at least to stop this clock. Snap. Rolls over toward the right, steps back, gets outside of the contain, pushes back right around the Yellow Jackets logo, whips around, is able to fight outside of it, looking for a receiver. He's got one cutting into the open. Got 2 receivers right there, and it is caught and touchdown by Diego. 15-yard strike from Ray to Diego, 20-21, extra point pending, and ball under review. Really no, he may have been out of bounds and come back inside. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that could have been illegal touching. That's the only thing I can think it could be.
Yep.
But I didn't see him go out of bounds there.
Well, I wasn't watching him specifically, so I can't say that he. I mean, they'd only put under review if HUD told them that he was or if he wasn't. But 26 seconds to go. Of course, this play is under review, seeing if maybe he stepped out along the back of the end zone. If it does stand, it will be one heck of a freaking comeback here in the second half. And, you know, if you're a Yellow Jackets, momentum completely gone. I mean, completely wiped away, all because of that one. Yep, it's going to be a flag on the play. They drop it down, and it's going to be an eligible receiver. Yep. So that means that
right, guys,
Diego
but we're going to bring the touchdown
out
back.
of the end zone, came
Diego
back in, caught the ball. So that's going to drop the ball back and be a loss of down, which neither one of those things. I mean, the yardage, yeah, but I mean, might actually been. I mean, of course, you don't want to lose the touchdown, but give the Panthers a little bit more room to work. So 26 seconds to go. Here, the points are going to be erased from the board. When he was rolling over to the left, I think me and you both kind of saw that little void right there. And we're like, just get somebody to get there, and you got a chance. And they were able to do that. I believe they're going to have the same type of opportunity here on this play as well. But 26 seconds.
They've been giving those middle outside corners to them pretty much all day in the red zone. So I wouldn't doubt it if they just did pretty much the same thing they just did, probably to the other side. Because they're being way too aggressive in the corners.
Yep. So they're going to revert the play. They're going to back it up 5 yards and
do it again.
Going to do it all over again. But I mean, we're seeing if the Yellow Jackets can hold on now. Following the ineligible receiver penalty that negated the tying touchdown, or to pull them within one, technically. I mean, you still can miss an extra point if the kicker just absolutely whiffs it. They're going to set this up. But, this situation that we're currently in is all because of
Panthers. No, you don't. You've used three.
That first interception.
Yeah.
You're on the 3-yard line. You're up 14 points. You just ate 8 minutes of clock off. Like 6 minutes, I think, of the entire third quarter off on your first initial drive. And we said it. All you needed was just, if you field goal every time, you would win. And well, you wouldn't be looking at a potential overtime game. But
we've been saying this since the beginning of the first half or the second half.
This is true.
You know, they had this game well in hand, where this should not even have been an issue.
Yep.
You know, and I've seen this happen before. You know, and all season, and I'm like, you know, one day, you know, game management like this is going to come to bite you in the butt.
Well, you know, my thing is this, and I understand that there are differing team dynamics, but when you have a quarterback that has played near perfection up to that point, I don't care if you're in the red zone and you have a red zone package. Why the heck are you going to change anything? Like, the only thing you can do is cause a problem if you mess with the dynamic of what's going on that you've been so unstoppable with. But Ray, snap, rolls over toward the right. He's going to push forward, and he's going to have room to run. He's going to need to get out of bounds, and he does. 16 seconds go. Picks
Something
up
out of
8
nothing
yards.
right there.
It's going to be 4th down and 4. So, they at least need 4 yards. This could be the last play for the Panthers. They have to convert this at least for the 4 yards. Ray rolling around, waiting for a receiver or a couple of blocks, throws the ball up.
No! Oh, man.
Right into the hands of Cash, the one who I guess we could say allowed for the comeback, and he's going to be the one to seal the deal. 2 seconds to go. Cash just took off running to the sideline. He's out of here. I think he came back onto the field, though. Maybe not. Maybe he crashed. I don't know. He's back. So they're going to line up. Cash is going to get in the victory formation. This is going to be a kneel. And the Yellow Jackets are going to stave off the Panthers' comeback. 21-14. An amazing game. Great performance by the Yellow Jackets. Great comeback attempt by the Panthers. You know, Yellow Jackets gave them all the opportunities in the world. The Panthers unable to finish the comeback. So, like we said, Shining Starlet's game of the week proves to be an exciting one. 21 for the Yellow Jackets, 14 for the Panthers. And the Yellow Jackets come away with what I will say the upset victory in this game. So, we look at the Yellow Jackets. We got to pick a player of the game. Who do you got? I think we're going to be on the same page on this one, but I'll let you say it. Who you got as a player of the game?
In my opinion, either Angelo or Troy.
Yeah, I was thinking Troy. Angelo did. Yeah, those are the two that really stick out in my mind. Angelo and Troy. Troy. He's. I hate to give you the nod because you're the quarterback, but I mean, other than I guess whenever the tide turned, I mean he was pretty spot on for the entire game. To build the lead that they needed. I'm gonna go with Troy, and you're gonna go with Angelo, or are you gonna change it to Troy?
I was leaning towards Troy because you got to think who is the person that if they were not there, they could not have won the game.
And I think we saw that. And I think we got to see that, by when Cash came in, the game changed, when he took in at quarterback. So I think we do have to give the nod to Troy there. So we will give Troy the player of the game nod there. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us here from the UFL field. I am Matt. He is Billy Ryden. Great job streaming as always. Congratulations to the Yellow Jackets, 21-14. How does this affect the playoff picture? I think some teams might have just been eliminated, but we will take a look at that and have more as far as that goes, probably on our next broadcast for our next game, which will be. Let me pull this up real fast so that everyone knows. Tomorrow we have a doubleheader. The first game will be the Mustangs against the Warriors, followed by the Patriots against the Dolphins. So a full slate of games tomorrow for you to enjoy. Y'all have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you here live from the UFL field starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Y'all have a good night.